back to my channel. It's been a little minute since I made a story since the Patty Mail Riverside shooting. But I got an interesting little topic. Actually, it's like, what? Who does this? So when I finish the story, you're gonna be like, what? So shout out to Active Anthony. Get better, man. Hope you come out soon. Get better from your sickness, and see you soon, man. Okay, let me get to the story real quick. It's not gonna be a long story. It's gonna be quick. So it's about a teen out of Bowling, Kentucky. A 17-year-old teen, female. She attends this party. She gets drunk. She gets drugged up with ecstasy and female Viagra. So I guess what the plan was when I was reading this article, the plan was where the group of people that were there were gonna, I guess, actually perform some sexual activity on her. So she started acting really crazy and getting way over the top with these drugs and alcohol that's in her system. So I can imagine, man, fucking crazy. So what the bystanders and the party goers had said when they were interviewed, because she ended up getting into a situation. But before I get there, let me tell you what happened first. That they had interviewed the partygoers, and the partygoers said that she was so drugged up, she was so lost on this stuff that she was rubbing her genitals with an S, like she has more than one. She was rubbing her genitals against doorknobs. So you can imagine how intense the drug was on her body, how intense it took effect on her body. They also said in comments that while they were being interviewed, that she was like a cat in heat, rubbing her ass all over the carpet. And I was like, what the fuck? Who does that shit? So, you can imagine how intense the drug took effect on her body. Damn. So, a bunch of partygoers scene freaked out and kept on asking her, you gotta go. You're gonna get us caught. Because after all, ecstasy is a legal drug. I used to know this dude that used to sell it. I even went with him one time to LA to go pick up a baggie full of them. So I was like, man, I was kind of sweating and going all the way out there to go pick up that shit. So, man, fuck that shit. The dude, he was a little fucking pill seller, but, man, I was like, what the fuck? Because you could catch a serious case just fucking being around that bullshit. Well, anyways, the partygoers end up telling her to split, go. They finally get her out the door to leave the party. She finally leaves. She gets in her parents' car, her mom and dad's car. The parents must have trusted her. Betsy, whatever her damn name is, Shannon. What's another one? Tamarin or whatever. Jackie. You can use the car. They probably told her, you can use the car. Oh, yes, we trust you. Oh, yes. Go ahead and use the car. You don't never do nothing wrong. But little that you know, your daughter was out doing drugs. And it's probably not the first time. It's probably not the second time. But yes, it's probably the most millionth time in the world. But anyways, let me get back to the point. So they end up letting her use the car. She ends up going to this party. And that happens. So now she's in the vehicle. She's in the parents' car. This drug is taking so full effect on her body. It's in her body, just full throttle, straight. Like Danny. Chris, if you're watching, like Danny across the street on Tilton. No, not Tilton. It's fucking Alton, man. On Alton. Danny. He rides the car like this. His arms are crooked. But anyways, so this drug is taking effect plus alcohol, you know what I mean? So with her being so excited from this drug is taking a really big effect. She decides to put, while driving, she decides to put the shift knob in her private area. So she puts a shift knob in her private area to urge her sensation, and she ends up crashing into a tree. How about that, man? She ends up crashing into a tree. That is crazy, man. And it's let's see, she crashed into the tree, and inserting the shift knob, and yeah, man. So now the paramedics are there, the cops are there. What's going on? And so this, just because she crashed in the tree doesn't mean that the drug just wore off. It's still in her body. It's still in her body in full effect, in her bloodstream, all that. So the cops come, paramedics come. So she's probably still like, oh my gosh, I can't control myself. You know, man. And that's crazy, man. It's sad because a lot of parents don't know sometimes where their kids are at. And they let them use their cars, and, you know, trusting their kids. And just believing that they're good kids. And, you know, most kids are good kids. You know, a lot of them are good kids. But a lot of them do make poor choices. And, you know, growing up, I made poor choices. You know, but, man, this is one poor choice that she did make. So, in the end of the investigation and stuff, when the cops had pulled her out and all that stuff, paramedics, they're talking to her. She admitted that she was on this stuff. She admitted that, that was the reason why she crashed. That was just because, I mean, man, when she got out of the car, she just admitted it. So that means the drug was so intense on her body, in her body, where she just like blurted out, like, I'm on this drug, you know? Because anybody in their right mind would not admit to that, because that's embarrassing, especially the news being there. Your name's going to be on the social media. It's going to be news. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. It's going to be this. Whatever, you know? And then more embarrassing to the parents. Man, so they said that when she had crashed, they had checked her out. Nothing serious was done wrong to her body, whatever. But her license has been suspended and revoked till she hits 18. So that's the end of that story. But the lesson on this, parents, keep an eye on your kids. Know before you even let them use the car, just because they might be a straight A student or maybe an angel in your eye, doesn't mean, you know, everything's perfect and fine and dandy. Because I did my share when I was a kid. I did my share, you know. I did my share, you know what I mean. But that's the end of the story. Hit the like button, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. All right. Turn down for what?